Competitive bearding is a sport of growing, grooming, and presenting facial hair. In competitions the world over, one nation has long dominated: Germany. But in the United States, a new generation of hirsute heroes has risen, including Jack Passion, Arnie Bielefeld, Mike O'Connor, and the Austin Facial Hair Club. This is Whisker Wars. This season on the American bearding circuit has been an explosive one.
All right, just let's do this.
Shut the up.
With old rivalries renewed and new rifts torn.
Think of the kind of father you want to be.
That totally crossed the line.
A new generation of champions has risen in both full beard and freestyle. While dethroned world champion Jack Passion has struggled to reclaim his past glory. And it's all led to this: the German International Beard and Mustache Championships. To make the podium here in the home of bearding's masters is to join the ranks of history's greatest.
Germany. This is the birthplace of beard and mustache competitions.
The Germans are like this mythical, bearding society where it all started.
I know for a fact that Austin Facial Hair Club is ready for Germany.
We've got way more experience under our belts. We have more trophies.
We know we can compete on a world stage.
Guys have been doing this for years, and this is their event.
Bad Schuchenried, Germany. It's the morning of the German championships, and the Americans gather for one last pep talk.
We've been competing against each other in the U.S. We're going into, the Dragon's Lair together as one unit.
It's bigger than Texas now. We are representing the U.S. of A. Now that we're about to approach battle. In the land of fallen kings, warriors, and dungeon masters. Here we stand on arguably the most fertile grounds in the world for beards. I'd like to welcome Buckler from Grand State of Michigan and Grand Champion of Austin, Texas, Mike O'Connor from New York. Unleash your fury!
The big portion of the U.S. is together, but then you have the lone wolf doing his own thing.
Former world champion Jack Passion is on a more personal mission: the defense of his legacy.
I have a great fondness for Germany. This is where I did my first major beard competition. I've been thinking a lot. Basically, depending on how this competition goes, I think I'm done. Having this competition being my swan song, I just want the history books to reflect fairly the legend of Jack Passion.
Mr. Jack Passion!
It's a 50! He's done it!
I brought this sport to America and I was a hero. I want my legacy to be remembered for what it is, that of a champion. And it would be really nice to go out on top with a solid win, especially here. That would mean a lot. I would feel better about my career if I left with a crown on my head.
It's just 2 hours till the start of competition. For Arnie Bielefeld, his mission to upset German dominance of freestyle begins now.
This is my first time freestyling in Germany. We will all challenge the Germans with some new blood and see if we can maybe take a place or two, or three, and upset the whole sport of bearding in Germany.
In Germany, no American has ever made the podium in freestyle, a fact Alex LaRoche is keenly aware of.
Anghole. Why are you being a baby? I'm totally excited to be competing in Germany because these dudes are awesome.
I am too, but I am nervous.
Michael Schrader and I decided that the asymmetry, maybe the hard angles, weren't the right way to go. And we should try to go for more of a European style. Some length and some loops, but not necessarily just loops.
We're just going to get our basic style down, and then we're going to have to continually work on it because, yet again, AFHC is running behind.
It's not just LaRoche that's feeling the pressure. For Michigan's John Buckler, today will be his first time facing the German masters.
I chose this style of beard. It takes aspect of every style of beard I've done in the last year, makes it a unique new one, but my beard is not cooperating with me today. I'm cutting some of the loose hairs off. It'll help make it nice and neat. Cutting the hairs is, it's the most drastic thing I've ever did because this is such a big competition. The trophy everyone wants to bring home is an international trophy.
The Germans have their ears on the ground listening for the beat of the drum. They know what I've done at the previous competitions. They know that I'm coming with freestyle. This style is Octo on steroids. But no, I didn't take any steroids. If I want to try to be on the podium, I have to pull out all the stops and play everything I have. And it's time to go bigger and show what my beard really can do. And let her rip.
The clock is ticking down to the German championships.
Only a few hours stands between me and my future.
Each American competitor makes their final preparation.
Does that look good, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Got a yes.
As a group, it's amazing to see that, we have made it this far. We've all kind of refined our styles. We've all kind of feel more comfortable in what we're doing. This is it.
Ahead for these beardsmen, the whisker war of their lives. Coming up.
This is like driving go-karts all your life, and then all of a sudden graduating to racing a NASCAR.
I have the universe on my chin.
My philosophy about beards is that it has always been a natural thing for a man to grow, and it is a way that somebody can express themselves.
I really look at facial hair as a visible expression of a man's health.
The beard is a reflection of the inner self, outwardly. The Donegal is mine, and I feel that anyone's facial hair should be theirs. You look at Brian Nelson, that beard is him.
I compete in freestyle beard because I want to be a little bit more creative with hairspray.
The only way to know what kind of beard you have is to grow it out at least once. Let it grow.
Bad Schuchenried, Germany, the German International Beard and Mustache Championships. According to long-held tradition, the competition kicks off with a parade of beard clubs. And while many Americans have rallied around the banner of the Austin Facial Hair Club, former world champ Jack Passion enters the battle alone.
I didn't walk with the other Americans because the other Americans aren't just, the other Americans. They're the Austin Facial Hair Club.
At the venue, the tension is palpable. While the other beardsmen make their final preparations, it falls to Austin's Miletus Callahan Baril to lead the charge in the opening category, partial beard.
My category always seems to come up first, so it's like I'm testing the waters for the rest of the team. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared.
The German championship adheres strictly to international bearding standards.
This is like driving go-karts all your life, and then all of a sudden graduating to racing a NASCAR.
Each competitor presents their facial hair to audience and judges and is then subjected to live Olympic-style scoring.
Kind of scary because they show you how they feel about what you have.
The scores must then be tabulated and verified before a winner can be announced.
Come on, bro, get out your
With 3 9s and a 9.5, that's a promising start to the American effort.
I think it went good. I don't know. I mean, every time I try to think that it went well, I always get kicked in the ding-a-ling. We're going to see how it goes.
Next up for the Americans, Alan Demling in full beard-styled mustache.
I'm in Germany, so this is like the land of the styled beard. So I want everything to look perfect.
As in every category at this level, the competition in full beard-styled mustache is stiff.
The Germans in the full beard styled mustache were full beards and styled mustache. It's kind of awe-inspiring.
Demling puts up solid numbers, including 4 9s. Though getting to the podium without a single 10 won't be easy. Next up, one of the most anticipated showdowns of the night, freestyle.
The Germans are the best at the freestyle. The Americans, we're going to catch up to them. We're going to start winning sooner or later.
Aber vi kommer då, efter Jahre, aber gute Werte. Die kennen nur noch so nicht so richtig wie umgehen.
Germans have very beautiful beards.
They all look very good. Yeah, I think they look immaculate. A lot of precision. That's what it's going to come down to.
This is the moment LaRoche, Bielefeld, and Buckler have all been training for. their chance to end the Germans' monopoly on freestyle. Prior to scoring, freestylers receive a careful inspection by the judges.
I'm up there with some guys that win all the time. I'm a little scared.
Alex looks fantastic. His wit is superior.
Bielefeld has had amazing success on the American circuit. The question is, will the German judges be as impressed?
You show what you have and you hope for the best.
Last up for the Americans, Michigan's John Buckler, who's gone neck and neck with Alex and Arnie all season.
If I placed here in Germany, I could retire from freestyle beard and be happy. I won't, but I could.
The Germans won't be easy to knock off the freestyle podium. Their roster includes such legendary names as Gerhard Knapp and Hans-Peter Weiss. It's time to see the scores. For Alex LaRoche, a solid showing, though at this level, it's hard to say if it'll be enough for the podium. For John Buckler, impressive. Buckler draws one of the night's first tens.
Those numbers are good numbers. Those are solid numbers. We'll see how it goes.
As the scoring proceeds, it's clear the judges aren't going easy on anyone. At this point, it's anyone's game. Finally, Arnie Bielefeld, who before this season had competed only in full beard natural.
Well, this is a little bit of anticipation while you're waiting for the scores to go up.
And the numbers go up. 5 tens. One of the most impressive scores thus far tonight.
When they hold up 5 tens, I was like, holy shit, he just won this. And then he gets to me, and I was like, how you doing? He's like, I'm fine. I was like, did you see your score? He's like, no. And I said, you just won. Dude, you just won. There's no possible way that someone is getting a better score.
And though the Americans may feel confident, they'll have to wait for the final tabulations to know whether they've finally broken the Germans' hold on freestyle. There's just one category left, full beard natural. Backstage, former world champion Jack Passion prepares himself for the battle ahead.
Go into the Zen space, internally recite the mantras, but no beard that I have ever seen has had the thickness and the girth. This is just a metaphor for the universe. I mean, I have the universe on my chin. Man, God.
The full beard competitors are summoned to the stage.
It does really come down to this. And this is it. This is it. This is maybe the end.
I think it's ready. I think it's go time.
First up for the Americans, Austin's Brian Nelson.
Brian's got a big, beautiful beard, and he's had some wins this season. I hope that he cracks into those top 3 places.
When they show my scores, there's a noise in the crowd. People are like, oh, I should have scored higher.
Brian's numbers weren't what I thought they would be.
It looks like everything's like 8.5, 8.5.
It's because they don't like Americans winning, because somebody kept winning and was a dick for years.
And though the Austin boys might have hoped for better across the board, Nelson does manage to capture a valuable 10. Following Brian is his American compatriot, Mike O'Connor.
With Brian being right before me, seeing his scores, I don't think I'm going to do well.
And there's another 10 for the Americans.
I got a 10, and I'm pretty stoked about that.
Next up, Germany's Herbert Dobner, a favorite of the German circuit.
Herbert's got a really compelling look. His hair and his beard work well together. He was the German champion before I was the German champion.
3 perfect 10s. Jack Passion has his work cut out for him now.
Herbert Dobner has gotten 3 10s. There's been some other 10s. Probably fine if I'm able to get the 3 10s, then I can win. I've been kicked around all season, and now it's my turn.
Guys.
And then all of a sudden he just bolts off the stage.
He already have to say.
I didn't even factor this as like something that could happen. Imagine your life and your work just burned to a crisp. I don't get to like retire gracefully. I don't think I even get to fade away. I think I just have been erased.
Those are disappointing scores. There's no way I can win, and this is humiliating. I'm ashamed of my performance. Yeah.
Coming up.
To actually grab a slot somewhere, first, second, or third, that could be just a game changer.
The German International Beard and Mustache Championships. After a grueling day of competition, it's time to find out who goes home a champion and who just goes home.
Even though they were showing numbers, you still, like, you had the general idea of who was winning, but you didn't really know who won.
The Americans face some early disappointments as the Austin Facial Hair Club's Melitas Callahan-Burrell and Ellen Demling fail to podium. But hopes remain high as the scores are tabulated in freestyle, a category the Germans have dominated since the sport's earliest days.
To actually grab a slot somewhere, first, second, or third, that could be just a game changer.
It's Germany's Hans-Peter Weiss, who took third at last year's Worlds. That leaves just 2 spaces on the podium and 3 Americans hoping to make history. Alfred Martin, the Germans are clearly holding their own. It's Arnie Bielefeld. For the first time in history, an American freestyler has taken gold in Germany.
Feels superb. It feels like, wow, I did it.
Good work.
Now I'm a German champion. That's the biggest one that I've got. It's a great day for American freestyle.
With Arnie's upset victory fresh in the history books, it's time for the last results of the evening. Full beard natural. From a field of over 30, 3 will be awarded one of bearding's most prestigious titles, Deutsch Bartmeister, German Beardmaster. Mike O'Connor! In a stunning turnaround after last year's winless season, O'Connor proves himself to be a truly world-class contender.
I placed in Germany. Like, this is mind-blowing to me right now. I think Carolina was in even more shock than I was. And she stands up and she just starts going crazy. To see my wife, like, be so, like, proud of me.
You're like, we're gonna faint.
I mean, I'm smiling ear to ear. You know, I'm just excited.
While Mike might be ready to celebrate, there are 2 more trophies and 30 other beardsmen still waiting anxiously.
This entire season, I've just been dragged down into the pit of despair. When I saw those scores, I felt as though I had been left at the bottom of the pit. I get second place. It's like they left me there, but then they came back with this silver ladder.
Cool, man. Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is good.
Yeah.
Man, these were some rough scores. I didn't think I was even gonna place. So that's good.
I definitely noticed that Jack was a little bit more humble. To see him kind of be that way where it was like, well, I thought I did worse. It was kind of cool to see, like, his sort of change in personality.
Congrats to Mike, moving on up. Congrats to Arnie. When I saw the scores, I felt humiliated and shamed, and I thought it was going to be the end. But it wasn't, and I did pretty well. I had to feel horrible, think that I completely lost, to be able to accept a second place with as much happiness as I accepted this one. I endured just a real bad shit storm into a shit river that ran into a shit lake, dumped into the shit ocean, where I sank to the bottom only to be eaten by a shit fish, to be shat out into a shit bubble where I was to the surface. I got hit by a shit ship. That was the American beard season here. Yeah, I didn't win, but I was at least given a glimmer, a small sliver of hope and truth and justice. And you know what justice will do to a man? Oh, it will drive him to incredible heights of destruction and domination. Oh my God, I just feel it. I'm back, man. I'm back. I'm back, and I'm back, and I'm gonna win. Can't wait for the next season to start. The World's in 2013. I'll be back, Germany. I'll be back.
Coming up.
Like metal being forged and hardened, so have I been forged and hardened.
Shushenried, Germany. The German International Beard Championships and this bearding season have come to a close.
I'm so ecstatic right now. It's not first, it's not second, but I placed in Germany, not expecting it at all. Coming from this underdog who never placed at all to getting third in Germany, not only am I humbled, but I am pumped. It is like the highlight of everything right now, besides marrying Carolina and having a baby.
I think the team overall is disappointed that we didn't win. No one from Austin was on the podium.
Been a long day. We're a little bummed that we didn't win anything. We put all this work together. We traveled a grillion miles. But then Dimling comes in and he has the certificates, which are the actual real results.
John Buckler, you and Alex actually tied for fourth place.
We placed in front of some famous German freestyle beards.
You got fourth place.
Yeah, shit! And Miletus got fourth place.
Volbach Natural, you got fourth place as well.
Pow, fourth place. Pow, fourth place. Pow, fourth place.
I got fourth place.
Alan got fourth place. Alex got fourth place. Brian got fourth place. I mean, dude, that's not shabby.
We were this close to getting on the podium for almost every category we entered.
We were just right there. We were right under the podium. We were holding the podium up.
All right, something to be proud of.
I left Norway defeated and angry, and then I had a whole American season of failure. But I'm leaving Germany, it's almost as if that had to occur. You know, like metal being forged and hardened. So have I been forged and hardened. I'm leaving Germany a better man. This trophy is the first new trophy in the new era of Jack Passion. I might not be leaving with gold, but I am leaving with redemption. And after this entire season, redemption is a far greater prize than I could have imagined.
It's original.
Okay, just leave that.